Correa and Assange represent freedom, protesters chanted outside the British Embassy in Quito in July, proud of their president's decision to offer asylum to a man they see as a victim of political persecution. But many Ecuadorian journalists see Correa's record on press freedom rather differently.
Esta sentencia le pone fin a la libertad de expresión en el Ecuador de manera definitiva.
On Thursday, Emilio Palacios, interviewed here in 2011, was granted asylum in the US. A former reporter for opposition daily El Universo, his cause sparked protests from sympathizers in 2010 when he was sentenced to 3 years in jail for insulting the president. Opposition media say he's not the only one being censored.
Hay algunos medios cerrados.
A couple of newspapers have closed. Trials continue against some journalists. There are at least 2 television channels critical of the government that have been closed in the Amazon. This is the general atmosphere. It's a difficult climate for journalism in Ecuador, especially for the independent press, of course.
Journalists who published corruption allegations against the president's brother allege they received death threats, as well as legal action from the state. But Correa has also been praised by international news watchdogs for investing in public broadcasting and reducing the influence of a few wealthy media moguls in Ecuador's TV and radio.
Los medios han sido muy a menudo injustos con el presidente. Eso es real y lo hemos denunciado.
In the past, the media was biased against the president. That is true, and we have denounced it. But now the president continues to paint himself as a victim, as the little guy facing the power of the media. But now he has the state's power at his disposal. He has all the resources of public television. And they start to make the same mistakes that the private channels did.
Cuñas, unas cadenas nacionales que caen en los mismos defectos que los medios privados.
For newspaper editors that back the president, it's the opposition press, not Correa, that's being hypocritical.
Acá El Universo y El Comercio publicaron esa información.
Here, El Universo and El Comercio newspapers published the WikiLeaks cables, and now they say Julian Assange was breaking the law. That's what the president calls a double standard. I don't even think that's a double standard. I think it's a compromise, a deal with their financial backers. And here those media have a monopoly on reality.
Que es el capital y la hegemonía de esos medios de comunicación sobre la realidad.
A few months ago, few Ecuadorians knew who Julian Assange was. Now his case is at the heart of their polarised politics. The country goes to the polls in February, and Correa will be hoping his anti-censorship stance plays well at the ballot box. But by shining a light on the murkiest corners of his record, it could well have the opposite effect.